Yikes. Wow, this thing kills the battery on the GoPro on going live. I had like 50% and it just completely drained it. Hey, sorry guys, I don't know if you're jumping back into this, but live drains the battery on this GoPro super fast. I didn't realize that, so I apologize on that. And if you're missing out on this, then that is what happened if you're watching this later on. But I know we were talking about the call strands and some of the stuff that happens when you do breed them together, which is a bummer because a lot of stuff is tied in with those genes. Not sure if these I think they'll be all right together in here. We should take them out though, probably. We don't want any issues. Eastern chain king snake? I don't think I've ever heard of those. So the GoPro is now on the charger because the GoPro sucks on battery life. No, my GoPro died. Like going live on a GoPro, I was at 50% when I started it and it just drained it super fast. So the GoPro is plugged in. No promises if it will turn off again. So sorry about that. New to the live GoPro thing, and it sucks. So, Eastern Chain King Snake. I bet Cloud Clouperts has a couple of those. I'm not sure though. $16 snakes. Ooh, lucky man. All right, good. Yeah, some people were saying that on my phone it was super fuzzy, and then I was Googling because I don't want to go out and buy other stuff if I don't need to. And then I noticed that you can go live on a GoPro, so I figured I would try it, and it seems to be working out pretty well, other than the whole battery life thing. Eastern king snakes. The motley has something that's going on. It's really dark. This motley right here. But I really like the patterns on her. I need to stop buying females. That's my problem. But all in all, even if I want to do anything with this guy, I gotta wait a year and a half, which isn't too bad. And then by then, some of my stuff will be will be okay to breed with, but I can only really breed him with 2 snakes, and then I got a whole bunch of other females that I need the right pairing with, which is super confusing and stressful. And then I'll just keep on getting more and more snakes, which isn't always a bad thing, but like I said, once I get that rack system in here, it'll be better. Now I don't even know what you guys are talking about. So we'll it's an IMG Motley Hypo Ghost, or not Ghost, Jungle, but it's het for 100% snow, so it's basically, it has the ghost stuff in it. It's just not the visual ghost. Then I have a T. Yeah, hopefully I can get that rack system sooner than what they're claiming, because I'm going to go pick it up. And so I would assume that they do like the longest wait times on their website, because I think most people do shipping. So it says 10 to 12 weeks shipped. I would assume it's probably more like 8 to 10 picked up. And then, yeah, I'll try to do a video on putting it together. I heard it's not that hard. It's just, it's a little bit difficult on, with one person. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, I got a tarantula. It is over here. I'll show you. So it's not the best setup because I'm not really a tarantula expert. We'll try to swing the light around and take a look at it. And I didn't know that these things climbed, so I know the mesh top is not the greatest for them. But picked it up as a red knee. And it's kind of red. So he hangs out in there, and I feed him roaches. So a lot easier than crickets, and they don't make noise and they don't smell. And that is one animal in the room that I don't touch. So it stays in the box. I watch a lot of stuff on spiders on YouTube. I always watch Dark Den, and he's got an awesome collection. But one is enough because I'm not that good with them, and yeah, I mean, I'll never touch it. It freaks me out to even open the cage to put a cockroach in there. But yeah, not really my thing. But they are interesting to look at. That's about it, though. So. We'll see if she comes out on her own. she just shed out the other day. A handling video. Oh, no way. No way. There's no way I could handle a spider. Freak me out. Three. Do you handle yours? I think there are some species that are okay with handling, and then I've heard that there's some that they'll just straight bite you. Let's try to take her out. See what happens. She can throw an attitude a lot, so this is one that I would not stick my hand in there and try to grab her out. So she's not too bad right now, which is good. So this is a pure Argentine boa, and I cannot believe how much they have gone up in pricing and value in the last couple of years. You're braver than I am for holding them, that's for sure. I could never do it. Rat snakes get pretty big, don't they? Like at past the 6 foot mark, I think, don't they? She didn't want to hang out for very long. Oh yeah, she's definitely an awesome snake. I really wish. Well, I think we all think like this. When I first got it, I should have gotten 2, because I didn't know the prices were going to go up on them. But can't go in the past and change that stuff. Six feet. That's big though, for one of those. It seems. We have rat snakes here in Ohio. We'll sometimes see them when I'm out mowing the lawn. Mostly those and turtles. Yeah, I don't know why I've seen not too many people are even trying to, it seems like they're not really breeding the Argentines out right now. I only see a few of them really trying to breed them, and then they got the jump on the market, so they got to price it pretty much however they wanted to, which kind of sucks, but I paid $200 for her, and then now I think they're up near $1,000 as babies, and then even more for semi-adults or full adults. So definitely sucks. Yeah, I like those too. I think they're super. I think they're pretty friendly, and what are those? I think they're like. Pricing changes everywhere, but they're definitely not as expensive as the Argentines, so which is a good thing for people that want to collect them. was a albino. So basically, she'll probably just stay a pet forever. Would never try to breed anything with her. And then a normal, thinking about just picking up an IMG, probably an IMG Motley or an IMG Jungle, and tossing it in with her at some point. The tree boas, I don't really see those too often. They're cool to look at, but I heard they're not really that nice. Yeah, I mean, yeah, making the IMGs would be awesome. But that's a long process, and so I would rather just go pay the $700 and just buy a regular IMG and then just start making better stuff. But man, I want to know where she is. And then I gotta clean her cage out again. It's basically a daily process. The difference with a Motley and a Motley Jungle? I mean, I really don't know. I'm still learning all of the stuff, but I mean, it's basically just has that added gene to it. It'll have the stripes on top, and I think the coloration on the body would be a little bit different with it added. Jungle throws me off though, because I see some snakes that have the jungle design, and then I see some snakes that look like they have a jungle design, but it's not a jungle. So jungles definitely throw me off a little bit, and I'm not an expert on anything, and I've never bred anything. So if I buy something that's jungle, I just basically hope that the guy selling it to me is honest. But I don't have a Motley Jungle yet, but I do have a jungle hypo with a pastel. And we can look at her. Her colors are a lot brighter tonight than they normally are, which is good. I even see people like breeders put up like possible jungles on a lot of the snakes that they're selling, because I'm not sure really why they do that, but maybe even some breeders aren't, maybe it's a low expression jungle. I don't know. I got to learn all this stuff though if I want to breed. There's a lot of information, there's a lot of genes out there, and it just gets really confusing. And I wouldn't mind at some point throwing an IMG in with her either. But she's super bright, nice markings. She's getting a lot of the speckling in on her, which is really awesome. I love the snakes that have that. I know I talk about it a lot, but it just makes it, to me, it makes it a little bit more unique than the other snakes that you'll see. So she's a 2019, and he is a 2020. And I've been feeding her rat pups. I don't know why she's so small. I know they all grow differently, but I would have thought she would have been a lot bigger being a 2019 than she is, but for whatever reason, she's not. And she's getting she has kind of a small head, which makes me concerned, but hopefully she hits a growth spurt. I mean, she sheds out every couple of months, so I know she's growing. She's just not growing a lot. And there's the snow. I cannot put these two together because nothing would happen. But I am pretty shocked on how slow boas actually do grow, because like once you get into this, you see a bunch of the pictures of the big ones. People are saying they're going to get, too overwhelming fast and all that stuff, but it takes them at least good 3 years before they actually hit a good size. Any of you guys working tonight? I think there's a few people. Last time I went on, they were working night shift. Yeah, it's crazy on how each snake varies on the sizing. And then I see some snakes, which I'm sure are power fed, but some snakes are a year and they look like they're 2 or 3 years. Yeah, my Guyana, which I'll pull her out. My Guyana is super, super small, and I know that the Surinamers and the Guyanas and stuff, they grow 20 times slower than a regular BCI would. Yeah, I really don't weigh my snakes. I just weighed the ball pythons a couple nights ago, and I was shocked on how close they were in age, on how big of a difference their weight was on them, and they all eat the same rats, pretty much the same size, and then they all eat on the same day. So I would have thought they all would have been close to the same size, and some of them are 100 grams off from each other, which is interesting. Because here's my 2017 Guyana. And here's my 2017, I know you can't really see them very well, but my 2017 normal boa is almost 5.5 feet. And then here she is looking like a little baby. My biggest ball python. I have one that's a 2015 that is, I think it's like 1,500 grams, but she's a little crazy to deal with sometimes. But yeah, I mean, so you can see the size right here, 2019, and then in 2017, which is not that big of a difference. So hoping she hits a growth spurt at some point in her life, or else I will just have a very small red tail, which is perfectly fine because that means less caging, and she eats all the time. Like she doesn't miss a meal for me. She eats every 10 to 14 days on rats, I just have no idea why she's just not getting up to a good size. Thanks. Yeah, I love the tail one. She's hard to hold on to though, because one, she's super small and don't want to do anything with her. But I love the Guyana tails. I would like to find a Peruvian. I know they're kind of difficult to find, but definitely would be worth it on the pricing. Yeah, she does. She definitely burrows. If I put Repti-Chip in with her, she'll bury herself within a couple minutes. I know a lot of snakes. A lot of my snakes do like to burrow. I mean, it's bad to say, but I really don't give them that opportunity a lot of the times. But I've even noticed the one that buries the most is my green anaconda. So, hey, what's up, Moto? Yeah, Repti-Chip is probably my favorite thing. I know there's a lot of other people that are using different stuff, but right here in her cage, which is what I'm going to buy more of, it's just 100% cypress mulch from Lowe's. I can get a whole bag for $3 instead of paying the $30 or whatever it is for Repti-Chip. But I would not put this stuff in with baby bows, just because they're huge chunks of wood and they're super sharp, and I don't want them to poke their eyes. I don't want them to swallow it and mess their stomachs up or anything like that. But for the bigger ones, no problem. Well, I'm glad my GoPro hasn't died again. It's in the charger. It's not moving up above 2%. But it's alive and it's working. So I'm going to turn the light on in her cage. I saw her out earlier today. And I need to get hers some bedding in here for her as well. So I got 2 different water things for her, although I don't think she needs to. But if she wants to have them, it's available. And I put a bunch of sticks from outside in there and try to make it a little better than just an empty cage. So she is very, very, very small in there. See you, David. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, I've heard Freedom Breeder substrate's good. I haven't looked at the price, but I would assume it's not anything. Aspen. No, I've used Aspen and I haven't had any issues with it, but a lot of people swear not to use it. But if you keep it in a good environment where it can hold humidity, I don't see anything wrong with it. I've seen Freedom Breeders doing a lot of stuff with thermostats now, or better ones, and then they got new cages, which is awesome. And then their substrate, which is cool too. But I wish she was out. I know she's underneath the paper, which she always is. And it's just one long 8-foot roll on the paper. So trying to get her out and find her, it's super annoying. I need to cut it up into sections. But she was out earlier today, hanging out under her hotspot. And then she's gone. Oh, hello. I don't know what she's doing, but she's right there. Can't really move this tub because it's too heavy and it's full of water. Ooh, you can feel the humidity coming out of here. Looks like I just stepped off an airplane in Florida. So the last couple of days, she hasn't even been in her water. I have no idea why. But when a lot of people say they spend all their time in the water, they don't. Could be mine, but she likes to go in there, soak sometimes, but she's not in there all of the time. Yeah, using Aspen on the internet, it's like if you say on Facebook you use Aspen, like you get beat up big time. But a lot of big time breeders use it with no issues. So she was trying to venture away. I know somebody mentioned in here an app on downloading so multiple people could jump in on the conversation. I don't remember what it was or who said anything about that, but I know Instagram you can have up to 4 people, which I think is cool. YouTube needs to get on the program because it'd be cool to see your guys' snakes while I'm talking on live. I think I follow a lot of you guys on Instagram, so it's cool to see what you guys are doing and your setups. And I've seen a lot of people, instead of buying Freedom Breeder stuff or ARS or Sea Serpents, you guys are making them and you guys are saving a ton of money. And I look at that and I'm like, man, I'm super jealous because I'm over here with these that are flimsy and are about to fall over and look like crap. I just don't have the tools or the patience or the knowledge on building rack systems like the big name people. I got you. Yeah, I've got some that the big shavings that are like kiln dried or something like that a lot of the big time breeders use, but and they don't have any issues obviously because they're breeding out a ton of snakes and making babies of money off of it. But I swear, you go into the Facebook page and you say you're using anything other than ReptiChip and people will not be nice to you. That's really on anything. Like I get beat up for using paper towels. Whatever. It works and it's, I mean, I'm not saying it's cheap because paper towels are getting expensive and kind of hard to find. But these girls will need enclosure upgrades here in the next year. Don't know what else to show you guys. I don't have that much stuff. Yikes. That didn't work out. We'll see if she wants to come out. There we go. She bit me last summer, and she makes me nervous. The Pop-Tart, I'm not worried about holding her, but this one right here makes me nervous. I don't know why. One little bite, and I don't trust her. Well, I do, but not really. So I got 2 females because I thought one was a male, which I was an idiot. And then I bought this one because I thought Pop-Tart was a male, and now I'm stuck with 2 females. Which probably isn't a bad thing. But would have been a lot cooler if I had a male and female. She's not too difficult to handle. As long as she doesn't go up my sleeve, which is how I got bit the last time. But this one is stuck on birds. I cannot get her off of birds to save my life, and it's... I wouldn't say it's annoying, it's just at the extra cost, which I shouldn't complain about. But if all my animals were on rats, that would be a lot easier. Forrest, yes, I do have a Burmese. What's up, Jacob? I do have a Pearl Burmese, and she is the one that is... How old is she? She's like a little over a year, and she's maybe 4 feet, and she's in her 8-foot enclosure. Wanted to show her to you, but she's under the substrate, or the paper, I should say, and it's all one piece. It's an 8-foot long sheet, so it's super difficult to get out. To find her, if she randomly comes out on her own, I take pictures of her, but I just normally let her hang out and do what she needs to do. I need to put a lot of time into her because she's not the nicest, but she looks awesome, and she lets me hold her, she lets me do whatever, but she still hisses at me, but I think it's just because she's still little. Yeah, you definitely need one of the big snakes. Condas, Burms, Retics, African rock. I've heard those are a little bit challenging, but once you can get them tamed down, they're definitely worth it. And I don't think I've seen any African rocks at the local reptile show. But then again, I'm not looking, so I may be not noticing them. I don't have any big snakes yet. I have a few that are potentially going to be big, but nothing is like super ridiculous. Yeah, New York, that's tough. I heard you guys got some crazy laws out there too. Not like Florida anymore, but still, it's annoying that a lot of these states are doing that. But she's 2000. How old is she? I want to say 2020. So it takes a while for the anacondas to get up to size. And a lot of the times I see a lot of people even just sticking anacondas in the biggest freedom breeder rack systems, which is whatever. But I like her markings though on her, right behind her eyes. And I guess if you've seen one green anaconda, you've seen them all. I mean, some have different like markings on the circles and stuff like that, but my favorite line. I don't know. That's a tough question. I'm still like I'm still wanting to be like a collector, kind of wanting to be a breeder, but I have such a big variety. I mean, it's not that big, but a nice variety that it would be tough to get into that type of stuff. But we'll see what happens. I really don't want them to get around the other snakes. I don't know if anacondas eat other snakes. I don't think they do, but we don't need any mistakes. Can you own anacondas in New York? No, not at all. Not even the yellows. That sucks. I mean, there's probably no way an anaconda would survive in the wild in the winter, but I don't know I don't know what goes through the minds of some of these politicians on making these laws. Not legally, yeah. I'm sure somebody would saw it too. They would quickly report you. All right, guys, I'm probably gonna jump off of here. You gotta go out of state, buy it, bring it back. Yeah, that's tough though. I mean, that's kind of like Ohio. I mean, they're legal in Ohio. Just after 12 feet, you have to buy a permit, but you have to hide it from people, and you have to hide it from social media because there's always those people that will see it and know where you live, and then question you if you have a permit, and then they'll call the state, and then it's taken away. So, I mean, it definitely sucks. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I see what's happening in Florida with the wildlife, and that's a huge topic on its own. But the originality of, everything started in Florida, I don't think the government should blame the average keepers on that. I don't know why they didn't 100% ban breeding facilities and let people own snakes with permits. But I mean, in the northern states, I think it's dumb. No boa, no boa or ball python is going to survive in 10 degrees or negative degree temperatures. So I don't even know why they have this stuff, but Ohio tried to ban all snakes, and then they decided they just wanted to make people pay for them. So I guess getting the money is worth, in the long term, better for the government. Reptile Nature, what's up? Were you at work? But even the stuff in Florida, you can say that cats are damaging more of the ecosystem and every animal, other animals and stuff like that. And there's no kill on site on cats or anything like that. But you know, we can't really do much to fight the government. And then in U.S. ARC, they even didn't stop what was going on in Florida, even though they tried. I mean, at least they had a voice in it. Nice. Yep, I'm back to work tomorrow, and that's gonna suck. But then I think there's some states that are like Michigan, Virginia, something like that, where there's no laws, there's no permits on venomous snakes. And I'm pretty sure there's a couple other states like that as well, where you can go in and you can buy a cobra or gaboon viper for $50, no permit. So they want to ban non-venomous stuff in some states, and then in other states they just let you have whatever you want. I mean, you can look at the cats and stuff, like out in California, normal house cats are killing sea otters because the house cats get outside and they get a disease, and then they pass it on to sea otters, and then now the sea otters in California are dying. But I don't think California has a kill on site like Florida does with the iguanas. I mean, some people were killing iguanas like brutal, like messed up ways, not humane, taking baseball bats to them, and there's no law against it. It's just a kill on site, which is even more messed up. Like if I were to go and kill a cat in my backyard, I might be in jail for animal abuse. But if I were to do the same thing to an iguana in Florida, that's perfectly fine. But up here in Ohio, I'm just gonna follow the law. I'm gonna buy a permit. It's $100 a year. I think it's good for 5 snakes on a permit, and then the state can come in whenever they want, check my cages, check my room, make sure the animal hasn't escaped. But it's annoying, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why YouTube is even letting those videos out there. I mean, like, definitely, I don't know. It's a messed up world we live in. I mean, I remember when Florida had the freeze and all the iguanas were freezing. People were getting the iguanas, and then they were just killing them and then cooking them on the side of the road and selling them for food. Yeah, and then you got the people that are against reptiles that have a. It seems like they have a bigger voice than the people who own reptiles. So I think that's carrying weight with the politicians. But hopefully, the reptile world and um, the voices can be heard in the future. Laws get retracted, which I don't know how many laws get taken down from the government, but I don't think it's too many. And then all the people that are in Florida that are losing businesses on the fact that they had jobs breeding the snakes or the tegus and all that stuff, but that sucks too. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people will move or find a way around the law on that. I don't know why she keeps going in here. I have no idea. I just pay the man however much he says they are worth, and I mean I basically get. I don't even know. I mean I grab different amounts every single time, but I would assume they're like $1 something a wrap up, maybe $2 a wrap up. I would say $1 something. Yeah, more and more people are owning reptiles, but I think a lot of people are getting into the hobby and they're not knowing what's happening around the country or in their state until it's too late. And then they're not really speaking up on what's happening. But I didn't even really know about, like, I've owned snakes for 5 years, a little over 5 years, and then I didn't even know really about US Ark until the whole Florida thing, and I gave them $40, and I didn't know like what they were. Nobody really talked about it. I didn't see it online very much, but now I know about them, and hopefully they can keep helping us out, because I know there's more states right now that are wanting to ban more stuff, which definitely sucks. I think Texas is on the list, Minnesota, Indiana, Illinois, New York. Goes on and on. Michigan is very lenient on their laws. There's no permits needed on anything. Nope. Burmese is not ventured out yet. Normally when it's dark, the Burmese will come out, because when I check on the snakes in the morning times and I turn the lights on, because I leave at around 6 in the morning so everything's dark, I see the Burmese out hanging out, but normally in the daytime she's pretty hidden. I don't know if that's normal for them or not. But probably gonna jump off of here, guys. I got cages to clean and stuff like that. Like I gotta clean her water out. add new water. So that'll probably take me. I got this awesome new, I don't have it in the room, but it's a pool pump. And the hose runs right out my window. Turn it on and it can drain 16, 17, 18 gallons within probably 2 minutes. It's perfect. Whoa, are you serious? That's crazy. I didn't know you guys had to have permits for ball pythons. Cutting chicken for dinner. Awesome. That's what I had too. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, luckily it's up here. It's only anything 12 feet and over, and then you can't even get a permit until it hits 12 feet. So it kind of sucks. But I got at least 2 to 3 more years, maybe 2 on the Anaconda, because Pop-Tart, which is over there in the corner, she is, I think she's 5 feet right now, and then she'll hit her growth spurt, and then she'll see 8, 10 super fast. But hoping this cage should be okay for her for a while, because they really don't get their mass, their size, until later as they get bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think 5-ish years or something like that. But they'll get, like most bows, they'll get their length before their actual body size. This is my butter clown. All my ball pythons ate. I don't know, my days run together. I think it was yesterday or Sunday, but they all ate very, very well. And I think she's still fat from eating a rat. Built-in cup holders. Oh, there's the trays that slide out. I've named all my snakes. I just only called that anaconda by its name, and people get super annoyed by it. Like, you have all these other snakes and you have names for them, but you only say the one by its name. She's probably my favorite. That's why. Secretly, she's my favorite. This is a 2020 pastel clown. Getting some good size on her. Not rushing her, but I would like to see her at the breeder size by year 2. Hopefully, make some good babies out of her, keep them, and make more babies. Random boy, nice. Good. I'm glad more people are getting the ghost bows. A lot of people overlook them, but I'm telling you, they look good. And they look even better as they get older. Yeah, everybody definitely has their favorite. And Pop-Tart, the Grand Anaconda, is obviously my favorite, because not only do I call her by her name, Nameless. I'll see you on the next video. But I mean, look at her cage. It's nice. And then look at theirs. Not so nice. She's spoiled. What can I say? And then I added, so they keep tipping over these water dishes, which is annoying. So every other day, they're sitting in water that's like that. So every other day, I have to clean out all the ball pythons, drain the water, put in new paper towels. So I put in the Repti chip around this. So hopefully it doesn't do that. I've done it before, but I'm not adding as much water. And if they dump it, it soaks this. and then I have to redo everything. I've done that in the past. It didn't work, but I put a lot of water in there, so I'm testing out a bunch of stuff. But that's why I need a real rack system, because these tubs, they work, but it's the little stuff that annoy me, and it's the little stuff that wastes time every single day on them, which I don't want to be doing. Like, I don't have that much stuff, but going through these every day when they dump water and stuff, it's just time that will be saved on buying expensive racks. Corn snakes. Oh, for real? I may have seen those on your channel. You have a lot of snakes, though. And a lot of awesome snakes. Because I wasn't really big into colubrids at all. Like, I just always overlooked them. But watching your channel, it's like, hey, these are pretty cool. And they're definitely not as expensive as boas, and you can put them in smaller tubs. So I would probably have 1 million of them if I actually got into them, which I don't have the room for. Yep. I've had snakes regurge. It sucks. And yeah, it smells horrible. You definitely walk into the house and you know something happened. A lot of people ask if they have a real regurge or if it's just like a bad poop. You know what I mean? But yeah, regurges are horrible. And then you gotta wait 2 to 3 weeks, feed them smaller. It messes everything up, but yeah, it's gross. Glue. I should try that. Maybe hot glue or something. I don't know. I would not feed. I wouldn't feed your snake for another minimum 2 weeks, because if they regurgitate, if you feed it again, it can kill them. They got to build back up the acid in their stomachs. Yeah, I don't know how they did it back then. I mean, they did it well too, and they were using basic stuff. I mean, they were just using regular glass cages and light bulbs on everything, and it worked. And here we are today, hating on light bulbs, and you got to have $3,000 plastic rack systems and all this high tech thermometers. It's crazy. Crazy. Definitely give those people props back in the day. Successfully keeping snakes for 20-year plus, breeding snakes in aquariums with a 100-watt light bulb. Yeah, snake hook. Hey, my Argentine will light me up if I don't have that. Yep, judge me. I don't care. Yeah, I mean, it might not kill it, but if you refeed it after it regurges, they don't have the stomach acid, and then they can regurge, and if you don't know, and they regurge, over and over and over again, it can be fatal. So wait 2 weeks. I had my Moonglow, she regurged, and I waited 3 weeks, fed it a much smaller meal, like 2 sizes smaller, and she's fine. So no issues. She hasn't regurgitated after that either. Sometimes they'll regurgitate if the meal's too big, if you hold them too soon, don't have the right heat. Does she have a name yet? Which one? This one right here? No, none of my ball pythons do. I had all my boas named. all of them. And then I only really talk about one. Females get bigger. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely get bigger. And then it sucks because the females need to be at least like 1,100, 1,200 grams to breed. And then the males only have to be 500. So. Yeah, I always give my snakes 48 hours on holding them. I think 24 would be good, but I always wait 48 hours just to be safe. My first boa was 2016. And it was my normal boa. And then 2 weeks later, I bought an albino boa. And then, yeah, that was it. That was the end. My addiction started, and everything went downhill. Bank account hates me. Credit cards hate me. But it's worth it. Totally worth it. I hope it's worth it. It's been worth it so far. Hopefully it'll be worth it in the years down the road. Do I plan to breed boas? Yes. I think. I want to. It scares me. Makes me nervous, but I would like to try to go that route. Breeding boas is a lot more fragile than breeding ball pythons. And, I get all my snakes as babies. So I have, I spend the full 4 years, 5 years with them on raising them. And then you can breed a boa and it'll very easily die in the process. It can die in the process. It can die giving birth. All the babies can die pretty easily. So and here's this girl right here. This girl weighed in. She's all dirty. That's another reason why I hate ReptiChip. All my pieds, albinos, lighter skinned snakes, they get stained from the ReptiChip and they just look ugly. This one's, you can see the edgings right here. Oh, it's starting to brown out. Maybe you can't see that. They get stained. And then my pieds will be stained brown. Yeah. It's a slippery slope. So when I got into snakes, I just bought a snake. And then I'm like, you got to be kidding me. There's all these crazy morphs and all this stuff. And there we go. Down the drain I went. Yeah, the females will always be bigger than the males. At some point, they'll get bigger. 9 months. So I really want to say possibly. Hold on, let me show you Let me get a ball python. Are you talking about ball pythons? Or are you talking about boas? All right, man. Have fun at work. Be safe. Because I'll show you this girl right here that's... Yeah, I mean, they'll all grow. Sometimes they grow on their own time and their own weights. But so this is my 2020 ball python, and then I'll show you this one. Right here. So They're both 2020s, and there's a huge difference in this one right here. They eat the exact same, and they eat the exact same meals every single week. So it really just depends on the genes that are in it, but they'll grow. They'll grow at their own pace. As long as you're feeding them enough and feeding them once a week, you're good. I wouldn't worry about it. But just be careful on the regurg, and then if you feed them too big, they'll regurgitate, and if you hold them too soon, they'll regurgitate. But they'll hit their growth spurt. So this is my black pastel pied, and every single time I look at her, she gets more black spots. All the time. Oh yeah, that is true. All of mine out of the egg have been eating rats. I've never put any of my ball pythons on mice because they could they can get stuck on mice, and then if you have one that's obviously mice don't grow as big as rats, and then you have an issue. Well, it's not an issue, it just takes a little bit longer. There are people that successfully breed ball pythons on mice, but she definitely needs an upgrade. I really want to try for the panda pied. I would not mind buying a male for her and just going. It's expensive that way, but it's the quickest route to try to get one. But I have heard that the panda pieds could have deformities when they come out. Like, so I guess if you put the black pastels together, it's a very slim chance you'd even get one anyways. Like, you might get one, but I heard they have shark jaw, possibly shark jaw. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I hope it's not true, but we'll see. Because I mean, if I don't get a panda, I would just get more black pastel pieds, which is awesome anyways. So might as well just try for the panda. And I've also been looking at the dreamsicles. So I kind of want to go a little bit on the clown route. And I'm looking at the dreamsicles because those are crazy, but those are expensive. Very, very expensive. And I know Kabolka's working with them, and he's adding a bunch of genes into them, which is making them far out of my price range. What's up, Zach? I haven't even looked at the panda pie pricing. I don't even know where they sit right now. I would assume around 2,500. Just guessing. But yeah, I need to put her into new enclosure soon. I didn't think she'd grow out of this one so fast. She's my biggest, well, of the 2020s. She weighed in at almost 300 grams. And then I have another 2020 that only weighed in at like 190. So big difference, all born around the same time. Yeah, and I mean, it's expensive to get 2 black pastel pieds, but making more of them would be awesome to add to the collection, even if they don't sell, because I mean, I doubt I would really be able to move anything because I'm a nobody and I don't have a name for myself. So if I have to sit on awesome snakes for ever, I would not be upset about that. Feeding them would suck, but owning them would be awesome, and adding them to the collection. But it would just be like, here's my 12 black pastel pieds. But the good thing about pieds is that they're all different. They all have different markings. They all have different blotches on them, and not one looks alike. So that's the good thing about them. That's why I do like the pieds. Because you could have 12 of them. They all have different patterns. Hey, what's up, hometown pythons? So that is her. And I got a lot of cages open, and surprisingly nobody's trying to escape. Luckily. Getting lucky on that so far. And those that have come in later than everybody else. Yeah, I was watching Dave Palumbo, and he swears that the black pastel pieds will drop down to about $400 within the next year or two, but I don't see it. I just don't see that happening. And then my snow shed out. For those that missed it and that just jumped in. It seems like everything right now is more expensive than what it was a year ago or 2 years ago. You would think with the pandemic that's going on and people out of jobs and not having money that the prices would have went down, but it's been the complete opposites. So I don't know if it's people getting stimulus checks and blowing them all on snakes, which is what I did. And that could be pushing the market up. Although I only got one snake with my stimulus check, so that didn't help out too much. Yeah, pieds are definitely my favorite. Hopefully I can make albino pieds the long route, because I don't want to spend $900 on an albino pied when I can just make it in 3 years. Maybe 4. We'll see what happens though. I might not make any. Because I have an albino male, albino female, and I have a female regular pied. So, I mean, that would make all hets. And then I'll just rebreed back the males in 6 months to the mom. Boom. Easy. Not paying $900 for albino. I don't know what they are, but last time I checked, they were like $750 to $900, which is a lot. Need some hats. Yeah, I'm hoping I'll have all albino het pieds soon at some point. Keep maybe one male, one female, and who knows. Yeah, because I got I don't even know where my male. Yeah, I got the regular female pied right there. And then I've been pulling down snakes. Oh, there he is. And then my male's right there, and I got my female right there. So I can either go albino to albino, male, albino to female pied, get hets. Boom. Good to go. And I could even try to put a male albino to a female clown, get het clowns. So that way I'm not buying a bunch of stuff. And then I got the heads for futures. I have a banana clown, yeah. It's a male. Oh, that was not at me. That was at Reptile Nature. Ooh, banana head pies would be awesome. Seems like everybody's getting into the clown and the pied game right now, which hopefully that doesn't crash the market on that here in the next 5 to 10 years, which I'm sure it will, everything will be super cheap. But I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. If everybody's doing clowns, I don't know. That's why I was really looking into the dreamsicles, because those are awesome. You can add stuff into them. Not everybody's getting into those. But then again, one dreamsicle is like $2,600. And yeah, I don't have that kind of money. And my credit card's hurting after buying the IMG. That would be cool. Banana pies look awesome. And if you can make your own in 2.5, 3 years, other than paying a ridiculous price for them, I don't see why more people aren't doing that. But I guess a lot of people don't want to deal with breeding. I think I saw Justin Kapolka even having banana clown pies, which looked pretty insane. All right, guys, I am out of here. One crash what I was going to say. Okay, that's good. Because I figured, like, since so many people are getting to the clowns right now and trying to breed them, I thought they'd, be next to nothing within the next 5 to 10 years. But if that's not the case, then that's definitely a good thing. Cool. Yeah, I gotta clean cages, set food up for tomorrow. I got a lot of stuff to do. But definitely appreciate you guys joining me on the live and looking at the snakes. I'll try to go live every Tuesday. Maybe jump on Instagram here and there. But hopefully you guys have an awesome week. See ya.